Okay. Had a little technical difficulty there to start the show. So if I said a bad word, that's why. But yeah, making it just in the nick of time, jumping on the panel just right after I hit the go live button. We have Mr. Rob D, the New York Podcast. How are you tonight?
Doing all right. Yeah, thanks for having me, man. Sorry about the precise timing, but hey, I made it.
You made it just by the skin of your teeth, but you made it. Yeah,
It doesn't matter if it's an inch or a mile. Winning's winning.
And jumping in right now, we have Mr. Jason Stewart. How are you tonight?
Hey guys, what's going on?
Oh, man.
Well, one thing that's going on is this going to be a short episode tonight because coming up at 10 o'clock Eastern, Mr. Gizzard Gary is going to be doing his usual show. He didn't do it Friday because he had some family obligations he had to deal with, so he's doing his show after this tonight. So we're probably going to be going for about an hour or so tonight. But again, head over to Gizzard when we're done here.
From early bird to day late, huh?
Yeah, basically 2 days late, Jason. Let's try to count the after chat, then I guess, because after chat's after. Always after. Let's see who we got there in the YouTube chat so far. Patreon and Dark was out there first, and again, he's out there with the midget tossing. And Kingpin was out there next. Usually he's first, so Patriot beat him tonight. Ashley A out there, me. Obviously, Jason's out there and in here. And Ghost Tactical's out there. So, evening, Ghost. And there's Patriot again, about the midget toss. Patriot's all about that midget tossing, I tell you what. You should see if there's a midget tossing league and tell Patriot where to go watch it. He's all about that.
Patriot better be careful. One of these days. I mean, I'm sure they got unions and shit like that. They might track him down. Next thing you know, be getting his ass beat by Oompa Loompas.
He's gonna get a cease and desist from the ACLU for calling them midgets. I think you're a little taller than a midget, Ghost. You're more of a gnome, and Clover's the leprechaun. I think it's isn't there like a tier or something along those lines?
Is it even proper to call them midgets anymore?
There's dwarves as well.
Yeah, well, aren't dwarves a little taller than midgets?
I don't know the difference. I just call it all vertically challenged.
Yeah, it's about the way to do it. All vertically challenged.
Yeah, aren't they? Don't they prefer being called little bitches or something like that? Little people. I'm sorry, little people. I'm sure some of them are little bitches, but little people, not midgets.
Well, when you think about it, there could be advantages to having a little girl. I mean, my girl's not really short, but she's little, like 100 pounds. I can carry her anywhere. I can stuff her in a duffel bag. Only buy one ticket instead of two. You know what I mean? Like there's advantages to little packages. Not just in the
Yeah, she's not a midget. She's not a midget or a dwarf. She's just petite.
Yeah, no, she's just petite. So, but still, like it's like Jello. There's always room. She can slide in anywhere with me.
So
Can you
always
carry your
room for
lady back
Jell-O? Is that
home
what
if you
you
had
said,
to?
Rob?
That's could be a thing. My lady, once in a while, she might need to be carried home.
Ghost says that's Mr. Little Bitch to you. Damn it.
Oh, I'm not talking about you, Ghost. We talking about midgets. True, I'm sorry, dwarf, vertically challenged people. The itties and the bitties.
Aren't the dwarves the ones with the big beards that carry around the really big battle axes? I wouldn't want to fuck with one of them.
That's Clover.
No, Clover's a leprechaun.
Oh no, he's got the big beard. He can be anything he wants to be.
Patriot says midget tossing flows a lot better than little people tossing, by the way. He's not wrong there. I mean, if you say them both right after each other, midget tossing does have a certain ring to it.
The slow pitch midget league, is that what we got going on here?
So you guys watch those leprechaun movies, and you'll learn to be cautious of the leprechauns. Don't be making deals. Don't be trading your kids off. Don't even question about their gold. It ain't your business.
Bring some old shoes for a distraction.
Patriot must have looked it up. He said midgets are proportional and dwarves are not.
Kickball midget. That's awesome. Kickball midget.
Alrighty. Ghost is trying to get us a channel strike from the chat window, apparently.
That would be awesome. Even if you got to fake it with AI, that would be great.
Oh, an animated cartoon show. Make it like the old Mutant League, but a bunch of midgets where they have obstacles, shit they got to get around. Landmines in certain parts of the field. You guys did play like Mutant League football, didn't you? Please tell me you played Mutant League football.
No, man.
Man, if you never played any football game like on the Sega Genesis, Mutant League was one that you had to play. It was like playing Madden, but you could blow up the referees and shit.
I was never
hilarious to play that.
Hey, Rich, your microphone's like different than usual.
Good or bad?
Bad.
How bad?
It doesn't cut in and out. It like reverbs in and out. Like you're not on the right. Like you're not on the right microphone.
I only got one microphone.
Well, okay. Well, then it's good to go then.
Yeah.
Could be interference from any kind of equipment the feds left at your place.
Maybe it gives the wire just a little twist or something.
Maybe the cats. Is it any better now?
Seems okay so far. We'll see.
Blaming it on the cat. This guy.
No, they're always attacking my damn cable.
Yeah, it's always the cat with you. We get it. Well,
she's only a kitten, dude. She's and she gets underneath my desk and she's like batting at the cable all the time. I was like, leave her alone.
Well, as a pet owner, cats or pets are going to do certain things. So is it really the cat's fault or is it your fault for not protecting the wires?
No, I will have the wires fixed up and she will play with the thing that's hooking the wires and pull them down.
You should get a dog.
That's when you stick them in the corner.
It don't work well with cats, Rob. They
Get
don't tend to listen.
Get a small dog, Rich. The dog and the cat will play together, and then cat will be less interested in tearing
No,
up.
I'm gonna have to worry about a puppy and a kitten playing with the cable.
Okay, man, how you fix this is if you got a puppy that likes chewing cables, you go get an extension cord, plug it into your 120 outlet, then you sit back and wait.
What I need to do, what I need to do is find some square conduit and mount that up underneath the desk and run the cables through it.
I was just gonna suggest that. I mean, cheap would be PVC. You know, it doesn't. It's not the best looking, but you could give it a quick coat of spray paint to match your flooring or whatever, and throw it all in there. They sell the obviously cord protectors for the pets and stuff, but they're a lot of times they're not all what they're cracked up to be. And a lot of them also have you sticking crap to your walls, which I don't recommend. You know, that type of stuff, when you pull it off, so does most of your paint. Yeah. So
that's why you stick it underneath the bottom of the desk.
And so but if you ran something on the floor like that, PVC, you can get a piece of that for shit. I don't know. I mean, depending on the size you need, $4 or something like that. You know, way cheaper than a cord protector that's going to get chewed up anyway.
We've been joined out there in the chat by Vanessa Kitty, by the way. Hey, Vanessa. Says that midget chucking was banned in Connecticut in the 80s, and also said their 26-year-old cat passed away a couple weeks ago. Sorry to hear that, Vanessa. But that's a long time for a kitty cat.
Yeah, that is a long time. I just posted out to I had one that went like 18, 19.
Yeah.
And I mean, consider that a long time, not a world record, but that's a pretty long time, about twice as long as my dogs,
Yeah.
But into the 20s, let alone 26. Wow.
Yeah. My stepdad's mother had one that was like a month from turning 30 when it passed away. Yes, cats can live a long time.
Damn, 30 years old. Your vet would retire and you'd have another vet. Like the cat still be
right. But Amy's wanting to get a small dog. She's been looking online at various animal shelters and stuff in the area.
Oh, I know the scale varies on cats, the average lifespan and stuff like that a little bit, depending on whether they're Pharaoh, outside cats or inside cats. That makes a big difference. So outside cats, I don't know. To me, it sounds obvious, but obviously usually don't make it as long. So it could be, half the typical expectancy due to disease, getting hit by a car, getting caught by other animals, stuff like that. It's a lot more likely than a house cat. House cats outlive street cats.
Yeah, they're better fed and everything else.
Oh yeah, I agree with that. Even the local ones right here, the outdoor cats, their lifespan is significantly shorter. Sometimes they don't even make it to years.
Yeah, there's vengeful people out there too. A lot of times people are assholes.
We got a busy street. They like to zoom straight across streets. We got coyotes. Sure, they enjoy the taste of a cat.
Or a puppy too.
I know, man. What gets me, man, I know you guys call them tree rats or whatever, man. But we've had a couple of the little baby squirrels get killed, man. I don't like that. I feed the squirrels, man. They was so cute. It was all red and nice. I think Hawk got them.
Yeah. Oh man, I was outside when we lived in trailer park having a cigarette one night. Well, I was around twilight when the sun was setting, and there was a hawk flying overhead. It swooped down. I thought it saw a mouse or something. Nope, it snatched up a kitten and flew off with it. All you heard was a rah! And that was the end of that poor kitten.
Yeah, them hawks, man, they'll drop out of the sky like a stone, like they just died or something. Straight to the ground. They land their claws on top of whatever.
Vanessa says they got eagles and hawks and rather large owls that enjoy tasty pet treats. Or you feed them cat treats or cat treats?
I saw a goose the other day get hit by a semi truck. That was kind of, so I watched it all play out, man. There was like a little pond on the side of the highway, and goose took off from there flying, and the acceleration and the altitude gain was just too slow. I thought sure it busted the windshield on that semi truck, but it caught him on his side mirror. Yeah, he nailed it, man. I was like, oh no, I mean that goose just it wasn't gaining altitude, you know. Pull up. Wasn't enough time.
Hey Tyler. Midwest history comes alive.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead.
I want to hear what Rob's got to say. Try twice. 3 times.
Well, hold on. Let me say hi to my buddy Tyler out there. Hey Tyler, how are you doing? Midwest History Outdoor. It's Midwest History. I'll get his channel right sooner or later. It's right there in front of my face, so I better say it right eventually. It's Midwest History Comes Alive.
Okay. Your attention. The gentleman from New York has the floor.
Yes.
All right. Now it feels, inadequate to make my statement, but that the spotlight's here. But I was going to say, I basically seen a vehicle in front of me hit a squirrel too this last week, and it got thrown up by the tire and damn near hit my car. It was I don't know. It was a little shocking, I guess, on your way to work in the morning, happening all so quick or whatever, something getting thrown up and realizing it's a squirrel. So yeah, I assume there's probably a lot of roadkill across the country on the average.
Probably more in New York. You guys just like killing for some reason.
I don't know. We got a lot of deer. Like, there's probably a lot of deer accidents here. Like, deer, they'll run into your car. I've never hit a deer, but I've had a deer hit me. And some people don't understand that, but, they'll try to, like, cut in front of you or whatever, and they'll actually, like, run into your fender.
Oh, man.
Squeak the side of your car. They're just wham. You're like, what the hell?
Most more than half of the year, man, I leave for work and drive home for work, white knuckle in the steering wheel and scared. And I'm a grown ass man.
Yeah, there's a lot of deer, and they move around quick. I've seen one hop the rail and never touched the ground and went right through a windshield. Just wham, right through. That was nasty. So a lot of deer accidents in a sense. Like I said, I've been fairly lucky, but I come across them all the time. Like, you almost swear they work with the insurance company or something, just trying to get people to hit stuff. But it's pretty bad in a sense. They've actually had areas out here where they won't let just anybody do it, because I tried to get in there one time, but they like release special permits up here near one of the colleges, and there's so many deer that it's just becoming a safety hazard, and people can come in and hunt the area. So but when I heard about it, I tried to source into it. It's one of them things where, from what I can tell, you got to know somebody or something like that. I don't know. So
last month on my local news here, we got Officer Mike. He's I think he retired now, but he was a police officer, and he does like the traffic and the accident reports and stuff on the news. He's been doing it for years. Your local guy is almost a celebrity. He's been doing it so many decades. Well, they were talking about him the other day. Feel bad for him. He hit a deer with his car, and it tore his car up. Of course, they were talking. He went and picked his car up after a month of getting it fixed, and hit another deer before he even got home.
Yeah.
I've heard horror stories like that before. Real quick, we got a crabby turtle jumped in out there. That's one animal you don't see getting hit by a car very often, is a crabby turtle.
Hey, crabby.
Unless
they get hit by riding mowers here, though.
A crabby turtle? How do you know?
I don't know about crabby turtle, but turtles.
We got Boomstick's revenge out there too, so even to you too. He says his record for hitting deer is 15 plus 2 others that ran into the side of it. Side of you or the side of your car, Boomstick?
There's a I don't know if it's a snapping turtle. It might be. I don't remember. But there's a turtle we'd seen for a couple of years at my friend's pond, and its shell is like massively like screwed up, and like its shell was cut in half and healed itself back together. We think he got hit by a riding mower or a tractor or something.
That's possible. Going back to Boomstick about the 2 that ran into him, every time my wife has had damage from a deer to the car, it's because the deer ran into the side of the car. Them deer are getting suicidal, man. They charging you like you're a bull or some shit.
It's so funny about those animals. They almost, depending on where you're at, they're almost a nuisance animal here at times, right?
Oh yeah.
And like, you gotta understand, like, they're also dangerous. Like, there's a good chance you get hurt if you have a deer accident. You know what I mean? But all in all, like, you gotta put up with it. But the only times you don't see any deer at all?
Hunting season.
Beginning of deer season.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll put up with them for 51 weeks. Come gun week, you won't see a single one of them.
No, they'll be all right next to the road or in people's backyards.
Yep.
That's how it is around here.
Yep.
Like, they know. They know.
Here's how smart they are. On Sunday, when you can't hunt them, they'll be just standing there in the fields 4 or 5 at a time, just looking at you, laughing.
You can't hunt on Sunday in Ohio?
Yeah. Like here, I think you got a better chance of bagging a deer with your bumper than you do going to like state land. If you got your own land, you got a fair chance. But if you're going to like a public land, there's more people than deer. All the deer are hanging out down in somebody's backyard where you can't shoot them. Yeah.
When we lived at her grandmother's old house, we had buck and does running all over the place, right? Come November, ghost. They were gone.
The great exodus.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they're so smart about that. But them and a lot of other animals, man, they just haven't adapted. Why can they just not avoid traffic? Why can they not look? Some deer do look before they cross the road. Some are smart.
Man,
some will actually sit and wait and look, but others, they just dart right out there. I mean, like, in all the history, like, you guys can't figure that out.
It's natural selection. Some of them are probably inbred and shit. So, those are the ones that probably get dinged off the cars. Yeah. But, natural selection.
Some of them also think they're better than us. I think I told you a story before. Riverview Park in Pittsburgh, man, in the city limits. You go drive through this park certain times of day, the deer are standing out in the middle of the road and they will not move. They just sit there looking at you like you're dumb.
Yeah, we got ducks and goose around here that do that, man. Like, when the ducks or something, even the geese, when they go to move, oh my God, it'd be like 10 of them at a time, just walking as slow as they go when they cut across the street, Like, you're not allowed to hit them. I mean, you wouldn't want to be a dick anyways, but like, it's a pretty big, you're in big trouble. You run over one of them. So you just have to wait on them.
You know, them geese are bastards. They deserve to get hit.
I'm telling you guys, I think they got a union. Like, people will take it for granted, but they're too smart. They work together. You know, they probably send the dumb ones out to get hit, take people out. It's revenge. You know, if you ever hunted or you got something that says mossy oak, then expect to get taken, you know, expect to have trouble with a deer. You know, it's their way of hunting us.
Man, decoys, deterrent things became real popular here last year. I don't know, like they just started all of a sudden. Then everywhere where there was a pond or anything anywhere, they had all these plastic coyote. I guess you go like Home Depot or something, you buy plastic coyote, you stake him in the ground out there, and he keeps the geese away from your pond. And that actually worked for a little bit. And then I think the geese caught on. Now they don't work, but there was a big, huge run on them here last year. Like all of a sudden, I saw like my first fake coyote thing, and then all of a sudden, within a week or two, every place you could think of had one.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't move them around, I don't think they work too good. But the places I work at, you know, the neighborhood, there's laws here on whenever you build anything like a street or a neighborhood, like the storm sewers can't hook to the city. You got to build like your own ponds,
Mm-hmm.
you know, small ponds, and you know the neighborhoods that's to handle the parking lot water and the street waters and stuff.
Yeah,
So
gray
like,
water.
so like, man, like everybody, like they bought the coyotes and they work. Now you'll look out there and like the geese will just walk right by the coyote or just fly up in the air just a few feet and come down next to it. They figured it out.
There's no scent. You know, coyote has a certain smell that other animals can smell, and they don't smell that on the dummy.
They use
a piece of plastic out there.
What the hell is it? Sound cannons or some shit like that. There's a place I watched something on this thing where all the water's like radioactive or something. I don't know, something off an old mine where there's they got a designated guy up there in a booth that watches to make sure no birds land in it. And they use like some type of sound cannon thing to blast sound their way, and that doesn't always work. Same thing, you know, the geese. And worst come to worst, they go out there, I think pretty much with a shotgun and pop a shot off, and that usually gets them moving. So
maybe they ought to try real coyote.
They're persistent, basically. So whatever you do, it's going to be a continuous process. You know what I mean? So
yeah, real coyote would cause a different problem, Jason. It's like when the idiots that introduced animals to get rid of another animal that they introduced in the first place, and it gets even worse.
I think if they you know, if you could shoot them, yeah, a lot of times that'll work. They'll leave an area or, you know, take it off their map if they keep getting taken out every time they go to a certain, you know, rest stop.
The sound things like what Rob was talking about. My mother-in-law had this owl thing, right? When the wind blew, it sounded like an owl hooting, and you're supposed to keep squirrels away, right? The squirrels chewed the cable when it fell to the ground and broke.
They
it didn't work very well.
They just had surveillance video on the news here the other day. Coyote, they call it a coyote attacked a woman and her dog while she's walking her dog. But that ain't what happened, man. It was a large dog. Dog's bigger than a coyote. It was some type of lab or something. Wasn't a vicious dog, but it was big, you know. Lady was walking it. Yeah, the coyote come running and it hopped the fence and everything. She got all scared, but you could just tell by that coyote was playing and exploring, like, you know what I mean? It was just looking. It wasn't setting them up or hunting or anything like that. And it only ran toward him a little bit, and it turned around, went about its business. But it had that playful hop and jump to it. You know what I mean? It was just out roaming around. It wasn't on the attack or nothing. But it definitely, like, they don't go after just small dogs. That dog was a big one. I think he just wanted to say hello, really.
Mm-hmm. This one dog my wife was looking at on the shelter's website. Whoever had this dog needs to be found and beaten. They left it, abandoned it in the middle of a fucking highway.
Damn. I won't even break your heart, but it's been big news here all week. People are pissed. They went to a place and had to rescue. They were mostly pit bulls. They had to rescue over 40 dogs.
Yeah, we were looking through the animal shelters earlier today, their websites again. It's amazing how many are either pits or pit mixes. There's a ton of them in the shelters right now that are all rescue dogs.
This guy had like small dog houses, and he had chains. I mean, I don't even know how you afford a chain that like this, dude. These were chains for like you fucking chained down a bulldozer on a lowboy trailer or something. These dogs couldn't move with the chains. They'd pick the chain up with their mouth and move it so they could move. And the dude just dug like circle hole pits near him that filled with rainwater. There's your drinking water.
You want to hear something disgusting? So my wife's one coworker volunteers at an animal shelter that handles cats. They rescued a bunch from this abusive home. They gouged the one kitten's eyes out.
Did they get that cat from a witch?
I don't know, man, but that's disgusting. Who kind of sick depraved individual gouges a cat's eyes out like that?
Was it kids?
Especially a kid.
Was it kids?
No.
Oh.
The person's going to prison. They were convicted for animal cruelty.
Yeah, you might want to keep an eye on that person. They might have some issues in society. Yeah.
They were shocked that the kitten survived.
People are weird. They'll surprise you. Like, I've been, different parties, and people start joking around, talking about things of the past and shit. And some of the stuff people say regarding pets is questionable. Like, very freaking suspect, in my opinion. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, they tried getting Amy to take that kitten, but she's like, we got too many as it is now. The special needs kitty. I don't know how well she would do with the other cats not being able to see and stuff, you know. It's messed up.
Other cats would help it. They'd know.
Yeah, but we got ones we're trying to get rid of ourselves.
Lots of pet owners are screwed up too, though, which people might classify as a good pet owner. Yeah, I got this on good word in a sense, due to my connections to people and stuff. But shit, every day people are coming in to put their pet down because they're old, they got a small issue, and they don't feel like dealing with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you go out, pick this pet out, make it part of your family and shit, do no research, nothing, or whatever. And then, a big dog has hip issues. What a surprise. So, but as soon as anything comes up, like the people, it's like they got a busted car. They just come in and have it euthanized. And like lots of places do it. Like if one place is refuses, which is rare, but there is places that are refused under those circumstances. If the animal's actually not suffering, can still eat, get around, it's just having issues. They can refuse, but the place down the street they'll do it. I mean, it's like it's pretty crazy, like how people really are, you know, and they'll fool you. They look like nice people. They got all the little, you know, the little baggies and all the toys and shit and da 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 da. But as soon as it's not convenient anymore,
yep. I was say that. I mean, look at Florida and stuff, with the snakes and stuff. As soon as those Burmese pythons got too big, people were throwing them into the Everglades.
Yeah,
now the Everglades is full of them. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I'm not defending that, but you know, giving something a chance is better than, you know, properly is better than just, you know, flushing it down the toilet. I don't know, whacking it with a shovel or going to pay somebody to.
I don't think you're going to fit a. I don't think you're going to fit a Burmese python into a toilet, Rob.
Well, you know what I'm saying. I'm just in general. You know, it's I don't know. Like I said, you know, some people will surprise you. It's kind of crazy. So
I don't. I've never been there. I can see that it a lot of it is beautiful, and your weather looks fabulous when there's no hurricanes. But I don't know how them Florida people live there, dude. Snakes, crocodiles, and shit, or alligators, whichever they got, both. Whatever. I don't know how they do it, man. There's no way. Like, I would get killed by nature quick because I'm used to living here, where like if I see water or whatever, I can just run up to it and go fishing. I can just jump in and go swimming. Like, I could not deal with big snakes or crocodiles, dude. I just
stay out of the Everglades.
There's just no way, dude. There's no way.
I've been to Florida. I went swimming in Florida. Didn't have any issues, alligators or crocodiles, man, or snakes.
That's funny. Shit, I got a video up. It's an old video of me. I think me and the lady out in a canoe in Florida, about 5 feet from crocodiles. So, and believe it or not, they do have both. It's been discovered. So I know it's been a thing or whatever. And I was told, don't say that to the lady because they're going to treat you like an idiot. The guide lady, or not guide, but the people we rent the boat from. But they do have both. But yeah. Basically, I was literally like 3-4 feet away. Like, you know, I got it in video. And just sitting there rolling through with a canoe with them and stuff. So I just want to say, don't be a pussy, man. Don't be a pussy. You got this. Yeah. So especially Florida, you can be armed too. So worst going to worst. But, you know, with most things, if you're respectful, it's not much of a problem. You know, I wouldn't go. I'm trying to think of the season when they're really active and hungry. Like, this wasn't that time period. So, yeah. But they were more docile and just chilling and staring at you. But literally one posted on a log could have just kind of hopped down in my boat. Like, I didn't get that close, but it was a body length from the boat. Yeah. And I don't know if you know, but those sons of bitches are fast. Like, they'll outrun you.
Okay, you can avoid the crocs, but the snakes, bro.
Yeah, snakes are bad.
They'll come live under your house, dude.
Shit, I had snakes popping out the trees during land nav in Kentucky at me and shit. Like, you know, you don't have to be in Florida for snakes. So
no, you're not.
There's snakes all over. Here. But the thing you do get in Florida is it's always warm, man. So if you like women and skin, Florida's your place. You can go to the grocery store and see ass cheeks.
Hey, our women are warm here too. just not on the inside. They're not warm-hearted, that's all, but they're warm.
Yeah, they're warm. Everybody hibernates inside with the AC, but you know, you can say your AC's having trouble, and then, you know, hey.
Our girls got skin too, somewhere underneath the layers there.
Yeah, it's about the same here. The American crocodile, they're native to the southern tip of Florida. They've been moving. They say they're moving farther north in Florida now because of the weather getting warmer.
Oh, shit. Global warming's causing the crocodiles to migrate?
Not global warming, Jason. It's not. I don't buy into all that shit. But the weather has gotten a little bit warmer in Florida, and the croc population is moving a little bit north. It used to be like right the southern tip, like from Miami, draw a line over to the west coast, and that was the territory for the American crocodile. It's got a little bit farther north of that line now. Not much, but it has.
Hey, I just watched that new Roadhouse movie. You seen that?
Nope.
It's down there in Florida, right there. Wasn't too bad. I usually don't watch movies. I haven't watched one in a long time, but that was okay. That was an okay movie.
So I don't know. It's good that you're saying it's okay or whatever, but some movies just shouldn't be remade. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm totally with you on that one, Rob. But they didn't. They just kind of took the very core basics of the original movie, like the characters' backgrounds, and just made it a modern day. They didn't play off of the old one or do anything like that. Just the dude's name's Dalton, and like his struggle is his past. You know what I mean? He killed a man once, just like Dalton, and that's about it. Being a bouncer in a bar, that's and the bad guy wants the property because he's a rich dude that just wants to own all the property. Other than that, it's just got similarities, but there's some things in it that catch you. Like I kept waiting for him to say, "I thought you'd be bigger." You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And there was like a line like where I thought for sure they were gonna say it, and they just left it like an awkward silence with a little smirk. Right. And there was a few things in it you catch that they played off from the first movie, but very, very minimal, very subtle.
So you wouldn't know if you didn't see the first
Yeah,
movie.
if you hadn't seen the first one, you wouldn't even have a clue.
Okay.
Right. It's not Dalton's son, and there ain't no Wade Garrett come or nothing like that. It just pretty much the theme. Bad guys trying to take over the bar, a lot of fighting, need a good bouncer. This bouncer's a real good fighter, but he's got a past, and he got the hots for the emergency room nurse, and he does his own stitches and stuff. Other than that,
they drive a Mercedes.
No. Other than that, they don't hint the first movie or anything like that at all. Not too much, but yeah, they don't play off. It's not a remake. It's not part 2, or I wouldn't have liked it either. But it had some great like scenery. Like they're so far down in the Keys, like one side of this bar like is looking at the Atlantic Ocean, and the other side of the beach is looking at like the Gulf. If you could ever imagine paradise, wherever they filmed it at, it was paradise, man.
Yeah, I beg to differ. The Keys are nice, but paradise means, you can get services, because the Keys are kind of, everything's expensive as hell, and it's not it's more of a visit place. Yeah. At least from my experience. So it's almost like
I'm just talking about I'm talking about like a nice bar and a beach view, for a vacation or something.
Yeah,
it would be a nice spot. Like they showed the camera views, you're looking out at nothing but ocean.
I heard the UFC fighter that was in the movie sucked at acting. Who was that?
Oh yeah, what's his name? I hate this dude. Conor McGregor.
Yeah,
he's kind of funny. He is like, I just hate him anyway. So he was like the perfect asshole. Yeah, he fit for the movie. He was just like the perfect asshole, and
he was the mean guy. He couldn't act really well.
Oh no, he couldn't. I already told other people here about the movie when I watched it. The dude who plays Dalton, I don't know his name, but he's been in a lot of movies, right? He was like a real good actor. And there was a couple other people in there that like you didn't notice a bad job, but pretty much everybody else sucked as an actor, from the bar owner to the sheriff to the nurse. All of them were like really bad actors. but at least they didn't let him talk very long. You know what I mean?
Mm.
They were all pure shit. But the Dalton dude, like, he's a good actor. But like the rest of people are like, this might been their first movie ever or something. But this one's full of action. Like the first one didn't really have a lot of killing or anything like that. This one's got killings and actions and chases and some shit, man. This one's got like, you know, all pretty modern day, you know, camera work and everything stuff. This one's modern. It's not a bad movie, man. It's not bad at all.
Didn't he kill the one dude? The shit, I can't think of his name now. The head bad guy
in the first one.
Yeah.
Well, the first dude,
the original, in the water, they're battling it out.
Yeah,
there.
He ripped his throat out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, there was.
Yeah, but remember, see, that's the second time he'd done that. Remember?
Yeah.
They didn't show us, but the story was,
yeah,
he killed a man in Memphis. Remember? Tore his throat out because he pulled a gun on him, and at the trial, he said self-defense. And the dude was trying to play mind games with him. Was like, we both know that wasn't true. You liked killing him and shit. Yeah, that's kind of got the same thing here. He killed somebody and he probably shouldn't have. So this new Dalton's got that same
it's
weighing on him.
It's debatable.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Somebody pulls a gun on you, yeah, you should kill them.
I mean, I can understand, like, with some aspects, you know, that, especially legally, if you had a certain amount of training or this or that, whatever, you know, not necessarily a gun pulled on you, but in a self-defense situation, you are expected to have some type of restraint, you know what I mean? Equal force or whatever. So in some cases, some, you know, people might be questioned, but I don't think the average guy is really going to be questioned like that. I mean,
Randy, have you ever heard of on the news or them solving a crime and you're fucking charged with fucking putting down a drop gun? You know what I'm saying? Have you ever even heard of them like, oh, he threw down a drop gun to fake us out?
Yes.
I haven't heard it actually happening.
Yeah, it can happen.
I'm saying it can happen. I'm almost suggesting it could happen.
No,
you don't hear about it. You know what I mean?
You don't hear about it on the news, no, but it has happened. So
you're like talking police?
Yeah, it just seems like they would be happy to see your drop gun. Oh man, easy paper.
Well, I mean, there's videos
of
them planting evidence in people's vehicles and stuff. There's videos online.
Why can't we do it?
You know? Yeah, it
can happen. They get caught doing it, they get in trouble too. So.
Not necessarily.
Not always, but they don't always get caught either. But if they are caught, they can face charges for that. That is a felony for the police to do that shit too.
Oh man, maybe I'll save it for Gizzard Gary's chat if I go on. Some shit's going on around here, and I wanted to ask Sarge about it. Actually,
we gotta get ready to wrap this up soon anyway.
Just to clarify, there's a town not around here, and the mayor suspended the fire police chief, appointed somebody else, fired them, then hired somebody else for 7 days and fired them. Now she is the mayor. She's took over the police chief, and she's took over the city service safety director's jobs.
What the hell?
And the town's going to hell. And like, I think she overstepped her authority or done something, but it's all kind of some bullshit. I was going to ask Sarge about, like, the police have union, right?
Yeah, police have union. Yeah,
you hear about it all the time. Police got unions. Like, like especially the police chief, if you're going to fire his ass, You better have a damn good reason, or the union will back you up. You know what I mean?
The police chief serves at the discretion of the mayor.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
but
an
he was
advisor there
he's
as
not
well,
even
instead of
fired.
elected.
They showed him the sheriff taking his gun and cleaning out his desk and everything. What I was getting at is he pretty much he got like the mayor started an investigation on him and made him leave during while there's investigation stuff. He's basically being accused of being too hard to work for, too tough of a boss. Right? It's basically what it all comes down to. And I just thinking that's bullshit. Like, cops don't snitch on cops, right? That's what I was kind of going to get at with Sarge, right? And if there truly is like a huge, policy department problem or whatever, don't them guys got a union rep to go to? So, like, I just don't see our police officers and the jobs that they have to do every day. I just don't see any whining and crying about like the chief talked mean to me today and it's sad and shit. I just don't see it. I think this mayor's full of shit. And if it is, it would be like probably one officer or something. I think they got unions to deal with this shit. He's basically accused of being too tough, too hard to work for, unkind statements, and not like bad statements like sexual shit, but like whatever, like calling you a dumb fuck or stupid or something. You know what I mean?
Well, on one hand, go ahead, Drish.
I was going to say, here's what would happen in that kind of situation usually. The officer will complain to the union. The union will complain to the city council or the mayor, and then the city council or mayor, depending on how their governmental structure is done, because not all towns and cities have a mayor, and a lot of that, and some of that will be handled by the mayor's duties are actually handled by the city council. So some cases, it'll be handled by, it'll be referred to the city council. They'll take care of it if they'll look at what's going on, and if there's enough complaints or if the complaints egregious enough, they will fire the police chief.
Well, I think what's the vibe you get here is this police chief probably told the mayor no. Right. So she went to get rid of him, and then the next in line to get promoted up, it didn't take her very long to figure out that dude was more committed to the old chief's side than hers, so he's out of here. And then she hired a new guy to be the city service director, and within a week he told her no, and she fired him.
Yeah, that's usually the way it works.
I think that's the vibe we get. But I just wanted to know, like,
but
that doesn't make sense. It all started because the dude's too hard to work for, too demanding.
Which is a possibility. Which is a possibility. It is absolutely a possibility.
Yeah, but I think like the dude's been a chief of police officer stuff for a long time, and I don't think there's probably ever been any problems.
And if it was a new mayor, gotta keep this in mind too. She wouldn't even need a grievance to get rid of him, because again, just like anybody that serves in the president's cabinet, they serve at the police chief serves at the mayor's discretion. The mayor can fire the police chief at any time and replace them with whoever she wants.
On one hand, I mean, a lot of people, let's face it, they're functioning morons, and is how it's clinically put. But so, and that shows a lot in society today. So if you're offended, sorry, anybody out there, and that, not speaking of anybody in general, but it could be you. I don't know, but all in all, so. I mean, there's lots of people that are shitty at their jobs, just because they got a job. That doesn't mean they're good at it or whatever. So it's possible maybe these people are just really soft. It's that generation where, you yelled at me, boo hoo. I don't know. But it's also possible that the mayor's trying to put demands on people that are above and beyond what she should. And they're all telling her, oh, hell no, once they get the full brief of whatever's going on, so maybe they're saying no because they don't want shit. A lot of times shit rolls downhill. So maybe they're seeing that they're going to be the fall guy for something. Sounds like something's going on there, because flipping 3 people like in a week, that's something's funny about that. You know what I mean? Like there's a process, there's time, there's steps to go through. So this does seem a little strange, at least from my opinion.
I haven't had time to look it up, but I just wondered if she was like a brand new mayor or a Democrat mayor or something like that. But like, she ain't looking very good. I've seen her, like, the news try to talk to her and she won't answer questions. She doesn't instill a lot of faith to me, just looking at her, that she knows what she's doing. I think she probably come in, tried to make a bunch of changes, and people told her, you can't do that.
Yeah. Thing is, she is the new. She can fire against every member of her staff if she wants to. That's just because you're served under the incumbent mayor.
The funny thing is, you mentioned city council,
especially one after another.
If it's it's just like the president. When a new mayor is elected, it's just like when a new president gets elected and they put in their people into their cabinet. The mayor has the same ability to do the same thing. A governor has the same ability to do the same thing.
You already stated that. I'm not disagreeing about that. I'm just stating.
Well, that's what happens. The old people over there.
Usually a flag, something's funny. Usually in those situations, people don't just hire and fire and fire.
The repeated firing of a police chief. Well, we don't know what the circumstances are. If it's like Jason said, that these people that she replaced him with weren't up to what she thought they were, and that they were more in line with giving her a hard time because she fired the other police chief, then she has every right to fire them at that point too.
Well, is she firing the people that are getting her people?
Yeah, she's assuming the role. She's now mayor, police chief, and city safety director.
So she's trying to collect 3 pensions. See what the hell's going on here.
Oh yeah, she would get paid 3 times, wouldn't she?
No.
Oh, that's pretty.
Dude,
shitty.
A lot of little towns that happens. Like the justice of the peace is the judge, or not the judge.
Well, the justice of the peace is the judge.
Catcher, all this shit. And they get to collect over different forms.
Yeah.
So
well, we're going to leave it.
It's big news in these little towns because they don't have the budget to pay these freaking people.
Yeah, but we're going to have to leave it at that, Rob, because we got to get out of here because Gary's going to be starting up his show soon. So. Don't mean to cut you off, but yeah, we're running out of time. So.
Cutting me off all damn night. All right, let's get out of here.
All right. Well, so what do you got? You got anything to plug or anything, Rob, before we get out of here?
No. Have a great night, everybody.
All right. What about you, Jason?
I'm thinking now I'm going to go to Circleville, see if I can get a job. I might be the chief of police next time he talks with me.
Oh, you got to have experience for that. You could probably run for sheriff, maybe, depending on the regulations in your state. But anyway, thanks for jumping on. And Rob left before I could thank him for jumping on. Bye, Rob. And
see you, Rob.
Anyway, thank everybody that showed up. Again, short episode. I know Pat said he was going to jump on when he got the kids to bed, but he took too long. So, excuse me. Anyway, that'll do it for this week. And we'll catch you all down the road and probably over on Gizzard Gary's chat. So until then, have a good night, everybody. We'll catch you all later.
See y'all.